In the new converter, you can combine a sample list with the MS data. So here we go through these steps sequentially. We first load the data and then the meta file, and it's sort of expected that you have a structure like it already exists on the server, and where you have a project and then you have subdirectories. So if you want to load from the server, you set proceed, and then it gives you this path. So we're hoping that there's a project and there's intermediates and there's some Excel files in there, and there's projects and there's sample lists and there's some Excel files in there too. If you don't have this structure, it won't work. Now, okay, you do have to press proceed in the first place when you've selected something here. Now we go to data. So all these files that were in here, the two Excel files in there, they are here. In fact, only one of them is, so one of them was with an _R. Those are filtered out. Now we've applied. So if we do this, then there's two again. So since there seems to be some kind of convention, I exclude those. Then we upload it. And what's new is if it's something like trace finder format where we know exactly what we're expecting, then it already says it's format trace. You don't have to select it anymore. On the other hand, if it's something that is not one of the expected types, then some dialog will appear here. After this, you still have to press pass, and then it will tell you that it's happy and that it's already chucked out 100 compounds that where there were no finite values at all for that compound. The compound is out already at this stage, gone. You can have a look at the very long list of what was thrown out here. So this is the data, the MS data. Now we're going to load some meta information. And this is an Excel sheet, and the definitions, I won't talk about the definitions here. That's a separate issue. But it needs to be in the right format. So we say upload. And if we haven't got the correct format or there's something wrong in there, you will get some error messages in red. And there's many things now that can go wrong. So we can have wrong sample types, missing values in run order or God knows where, some duplicate sample names, something wrong in compound type, and so on and so on. I mean, this is fairly self-explanatory. Yeah, you should. There's so many things that can go wrong. So there's a long list of possible error messages. I won't go through all of those, but this is so I've created some files that have some mistakes in them on purpose, and I've looked at many of them. That's the kind of output you get. So hopefully, if you make your own, you won't get as many as these. But now you would have to go back and create an MS and a sample list in Excel that where these mistakes are removed. You cannot proceed from here. Yeah, you cannot proceed if you don't sort them out. Okay, so that was no good. Let's use a different one. Let's use one where there's fewer mistakes in. And now sky clears. No problems ahead anymore, at least for now. And then we can go to the next, and then there will be a button here called Go Ahead, and then it merges the two. And this now it does perform some more checks. Yeah, that are mainly about whether the same samples are in both files. If they're not, you'd get an error message here, and your thing you wouldn't be able to continue. And the same is for the compounds, whether you've got the same compound names in both. Then it checks whether some constant columns, which means where for every sample, every compound, you have exactly the same value. For example, here the organism is always mouse. So if you have mouse, 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 this will get moved out of sample into experiment. So XP is what I call experiment. And so on. And if you get to this stage, you can actually now carry on with with the next steps, which is sort of looking at what you've actually uploaded. This is the major hurdle here. If you pass this, then you can probably get to the end of the procedure.